Oh my gosh, I'm thinning. Look at the thinning that's happening there. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Good thing I got one of these hats to cover it up, you know? Ah! Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm DOG.
No, you're DAN. Come on, dude. I'm DOG.
Yeah, yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. Today we're gonna get back to Tiny House Terry, this project. You know, that one that's fan funded through Patreon. First of all, I gotta give a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who have stuck around for the last basically 3 months so I could save up funds to purchase all the material needed to frame this thing. I've also purchased all the windows and the door so I can get this thing basically weather tight with all the materials that I have now. Now I don't have the time to do this, but I've got the material. So slowly but surely we will take on this project. And I also have to give a huge thank you to Lowe's Home Improvements. Lowe's gave me the most competitive price out there. I did shop around. I went to Lowe's, said this is the prices I have. They beat it by a lot. So definitely want to give a huge thank you to Lowe's Home Improvements. I recommend if you're going to build a tiny house to shop around, take your prices to different places and see what they can do. Before I get started framing the walls on this bad boy, I need to finish the deck. This right here is some 1x6 pressure treated. It is decking board, so it's about 1 inch thick. So these are 16 footers. So I'm just gonna check this out and see how I can best utilize that material. If I butt into my plywood down there and I measure out here, I've got 5'4" and 5/8. If I cut those at 5'4", it'll be perfect. I will be able to get 3 pieces out of each one, and I should have enough if I did my math right. But I'm not claiming to be a mathematician. Look at all the work that I've got to do. Oh, I also purchased all the pressure treated for my deck on my tiny house. Thank you, Patreon supporters. I didn't tell you that, but it was only like 150 bucks. It wasn't bad. If you want your money back, just let me know, and I'll issue you a refund. I can't do that. I was just kidding. Don't ask for a refund. It's not possible. Now, I didn't get to pick any of this lumber out, so it could be really twisted, really kinked up. But since I'm cutting them at 5'4", any of those twists in and kinks in them, it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna be horrible. I won't have that difficult of a time. So 5'4", 10'8", 16. Oh, you're 16 foot too. Yeah. I want that 1/2 inch gap though. I watch a lot of tiny house videos on YouTube. Always looking for new projects that people are doing. I found one recently called Rookie Roost. I'll leave a link in the description below. Sean from Rookie Roost is doing a great job with his edits and his project. So if you want to follow another build just like Tiny Nests, check him out. Pretty cool channel. He's putting out a decent product. Nothing worse than watching a poorly edited video. I mean, they suck. I'm fucked up. I guarantee you I fucked up on that. 5'4". Let's check it, because I was talking. 10'8", 5 and 5 is 10, plus 4 and 4 is 8, 10, 8. So smart, this guy. So I'm gonna use a speed square to mark these and cut them. Speed squares are great. I highly recommend you get one just like this, all metal. Don't get the plastic ones. But this thing can do a lot of stuff for you. I'll go over more about this thing in future videos. But basically it's got a lip on it right here. You hook it onto your material, push it down, bring it to your mark, and square it across. Rinsing and repeating is happening. So once I got those all marked, I'm just gonna take a circular saw, skill saw, a saw with a spinning disc on it. Worm drives are much better. Shut up. Should have went a little bit to compensate for my kerf, but I didn't. But it's gonna be okay because it's just gotta be. Now, some people will be totally against using pressure treated. The old pressure treated was very toxic. It had arsenic in it. I have personally felt the effects of having a pressure treated splinter in my toe before when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20. I was probably about 20 years old, and I still to this day feel the effects of that. This new stuff has, I believe it's called ACQ. ACQ. It's got like, do not burn. You burn pressure treated, you are a new type of stupid. Do not preserve wood as mulch. Again, these damn government warnings. I tell you, there's so many stupid people in this world. God, it hurts my head sometimes. Oh yes, I used pressure-treated mulch around my house. God almighty. Notice, if you do not understand this label, please find someone to explain it to you in detail. Are you shitting me? Oh my God. You guys are screwed because I don't know how to explain this. That's too complicated for my brain. My brain just exploded. So I'm going to be putting a door right here, or an opening to get onto the deck. And so I don't want to have a ripped piece on this side. I'd rather have the ripped piece on that side. I will be doing knee walls around this. Oh, I totally forgot to explain this to you. But if you watched my model builds, I'm going to be changing the plan and the design of the house. I'll be going with an A-frame style roof, and it most likely will have some type of radiuses curves in it. So that original plan that I had is different now, but it's all right here. If you wanted to see blueprints of it, right here, you're gonna have to Google Dan's brain. Good luck. Let's see if we have enough. Wouldn't that be some shit if we didn't? Oh yeah, we got enough. No, we don't. God almighty, I hope we do. Otherwise, I gotta go to the liquor store and get more. Oh shit, that sucks. Let's try to hide that one. Let's use that for the first one. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, folks. I would say that I bought enough. Total waste on this project, that much. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Don't burn it. Throw it away.
I'll eat it.
No, Peanut, don't eat it.
Why? It's delicious.
Peanut, that made me nauseous when you jumped on it and it shook. Can you get off?
I'm not getting off. This is my new doghouses.
Peanut, what is this?
It's mud from your shoe, not mine.
Peanut, be careful. I don't want you to fall into the holes and get hurt.
Will not get hurt. I cannot get hurt. It's not visible.
Peanut, watch out. That is not enough screws to do what I need to do. So I'm going to be fastening these decking boards down with some 2.5 inch, exterior grade deck screws. I feel like that's good enough, don't you? That much penetration, that's good. Peanut, watch out.
Whoa, dude, that is like violence. I don't like violence. It's dangerous. Where's that geesins? Where they flying? Motherfuckers better be flying north. I want them dead. Their shit is disgusting. I step on it all the time.
So when I do the framing on my tiny house, I'm gonna have, well, that's a fucking bold-faced lie. So I'm just gonna put this flush and flush all the way around on this side and on this side of the framing. That's going to give me about a 5/8 inch gap in between the plywood on the main deck and then these pressure treated boards. I hope. That way I can slip my plywood in there and we can prevent water issues there and there. Now I need to put a space in between these. If you live in an area where you've got a lot of pine needles, or pine needles will be falling on your deck, I'd recommend going with a larger gap. So I'm just going to use an 8D nail. This is about an 1/8 inch gap. I'm just going to tack that in there. I'm also going to sight this. Looks semi-decent to me. And then push this one up to this one. Eh? Oh, I'm going to make YouTube videos and document my tiny house build. What's going to make it? It's going to be so easy to do the project. Nope, you're an idiot. Now, since I'm 90% sure I don't have enough screws to put 2 in every joist right now, I'm just gonna tack these pieces in. Once I'm done, I'm gonna go back and screw them real good. I'm gonna screw it real good. Yeah, you like that, don't you? And I'm just gonna take that nail out from there and put it there. Boom, boom, rinse and repeat. Always, that is what you do when you build stuff. You do the same thing over and over again. That's why I left the profession, because I hated doing the same mindless task over and over again. I'm going to put this screw about an inch, 1.25 inches in from the ends on both sides. And I also want to have these screws in line with each other. So I'm going to try to go directly into the center of the joist so that when it's done, they're all perfectly straight. You could snap a line after you're done tacking a few, but generally by eye is going to be good enough. And I want that screw to just sink below like about a 1/16 of an inch. I don't want to go any more because that'll cause issues. Now some of these boards have some green writing to tell you what the board is, but on this side right here I've got this massive knot which will hold water and over time this will end up rotting. I mean, it is pressure treated, it's going to last 20-30 years, but that's a problem. I'd like to put that down so I don't have that issue, but I got that green writing. I do plan on finishing this with a really dark exterior deck stain, so should cover that up, maybe. Let's hope and pray. I'm also going to check to make sure these are running reasonably straight. Don't want to be getting all catty-womp-ass crooked. There definitely is a huge dip in it, that's for sure. No lie about that. That is the cutest little deck.
Did you say dick?
Peanut. So I'm going to have my shower on top of these pressure-treated boards. So the water will drain through right down onto the ground. But I don't want water to come splash on this and then seep back into the house. I will have the vapor barrier, but I want to have some type of added protection there. You probably won't have this issue, but I'm having it. So since I have all this extra aluminum that I put on the bottom of the trailer, I'm just going to cut a piece, I'll rip it, I'll bend it, and I'm going to do something special there. I wish I had an aluminum brake, or a brake is what they're called, but I don't. A brake would be awesome. Make a nice little double bend in it. Don't have that. All you need is a clamp and this and that and the other thing, and you can do it. Oh, thanks so much. You're so helpful. So I basically just made an L right here. I don't want to overbend it so it's bent back so water will go back. I want it to kind of be facing down a little bit. And this piece is going to go right here. But we don't want that like that. That was stupid. You almost did good, but you didn't. You thought you did good, but you didn't. Nice try, dumbass. Kind of made a little whoop whoop whoop, so water, if it hits this, it's going to go down, it's going to come out, and it's going to go down on the ground. It won't come into the house. So on top of checking to make sure they're running straight, I'm also just going to check to make sure that I'm going parallel with the other side of the frame. So 32 and like 7/8-ish. 32, not nowhere near close. Oh my God. Just don't tell anyone. It'll be all right. Why is that so bad? Really? Is it that freaking my nuggets? Well, just gonna pretend like it is, because no one will ever know. Holy cow, that's horrible. So anytime you install little pieces like this, you always want to check to make sure you're running parallel with the finish, basically this part right here. So I'm just gonna check this 21.5, 21 5/8. That's an 1/8 inch difference. Now I've got about 4 more boards to go. So if I leave a 32nd inch gap more on this side right here, just a tiny little bit, that's gonna kick it back and I will end up with a perfect piece on this side. Does that make sense? I think that did. I always ask if it did. No one ever said that didn't make any sense. I must be making some sense. Makes sense to me. Just check it one more time. 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/4. I'm lying to you. I lied to you. I lied to you on that whole thing. It was just one big lie. I just want to make you think I'm better than I actually am. I'm really not. I suck. Honestly. Don't think for a second I'm actually good at this stuff. Don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put this last piece, butt it into my nails, make sure my gap's good, and I think maybe this might be a good idea. Could be wrong, but I'm going to mark it with a pencil. I'm going to flip it. That's going to confuse my brain later, for sure. 7 whores ago. Remember? Brain confused? Not anymore. Can we gap that a little bit more? Just a hair. So there's a laundry list of gimmicky things that you can use to straighten boards and stuff like that. But a chisel, a cat's paw or a nail puller, a hammer, a block of wood, all these different things that you can use to kind of bend these and get them straight. So now I'm just going to go back and put 2 screws into every joist. Some people might disagree with this, but I think it's all right. I'm just going to come back and set these screws where they got to go, so I can just screw this in real quickly, and it'll help me get them in line better. Looks like I had enough. That's beautiful. I gotta add some more to that waist. About an inch rip, 5 feet long. So I posted a picture of this on social media, and one of my followers over there commented that I put one upside down. If you can see right here, you can see the rings from the growth rings, that's what they're called, I believe. And they're going like this. This board will eventually cup and it'll go like this. All the other ones are either quarter sawn, so the growth rings are basically vertical, or the growth rings go like this. The other side of this board was pretty bad, so I put it this way. Also, there's going to be a roof over top of it. So if you do use pressure treated decking on your project, pay attention to these rings and make sure that they're all facing down. Oh, these two are wrong. If this wasn't a budget-friendly build, I would be going with an engineered product like Trex or whatever. I don't want kisses. Nope, I didn't want them.
You're gonna get them either way. Even if you don't want them, I'm gonna give them.
No, I don't want them. It's disgusting, Peanut. When you're building your tiny house, it's really important to think and plan ahead. I'm always thinking about water. That is a major water issue that I'm gonna have right there. I will do a second layer of protection before I put on the wallboard that'll go on this wall and that side wall. The total cost for this video, each 1x6 16-footer was $12. So I got 4 of those. That's about $50. Plus the screws. You know, that box of screws is like $30. Obviously, I only used about a quarter of them, so let's call that $8. Did I do my math right? 8, 16, 32. Pretty close. Tell you what. So when we come back to this project, I'm going to snap some lines, get my plates ready, which are what make my walls, basically the top and bottom plate. I'm going to get those all set up, ready to go. And then we'll start framing, I think. I don't know. I'll tell you what, if you don't level your tiny house, it's nauseating walking around on it. I will level it soon. It needs to be. That's a step that has to get done. But thank you so much for watching. Please, if you want to help support this build, check out my Patreon page. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens that I post over there, some just for you videos. I haven't been producing videos as much as I was in the summer, but there is some behind the scenes stuff that I post over there. If you don't want to support me over on Patreon and you want to kind of get behind the scenes pictures and stuff like that, I do have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter account. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment your great knowledge down below, and I will see you on the next video. I think that was a decent outro. I'm all right with that. Careful of that metal. Careful, I'm serious. You're gonna get cut on this. We don't need a vet bill, because the only money I have saved up is the Patreon money. They'll be all right with that, I think.
Oh yeah, they will be. If it's for me, I'm a good cause.